From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Friday morning. We have finally made it to Friday, and this morning we have several things to discuss, including current conditions, because we are experiencing some reduced visibility in terms of fog this morning. We are also looking at a few rain showers in the area, and then we also have storm chances to talk about for the rest of today, your weekend forecast, as well as a first look at your Thanksgiving Day forecast. So sit down, grab your caffeine. We are going to be here for a minute. I also have weekend events going on all across the Tennessee Valley in this live weather update here at 6 a.m. Again, we are dealing with a little bit of reduced visibility as well as some rainfall this morning, but we can go ahead and start off with what we have currently most impacting us. We do have fog in the Tennessee Valley. In fact, we have a dense fog advisory for our entire viewing area, all the counties that we cover. That is through 8 a.m. for every single county. So again, we will be dealing with fog. We already are, but that will not become less of an issue heading into the 8 o'clock hour. We also are dealing with some scattered showers around the area. I'll go ahead and show you that here on Live Viper Doppler radar. These are moving northeastward. I'll play this through the last hour or so as they continue to just move through the area. Kind of pesky, light showers, some a little bit heavier rainfall back into Colbert County and parts of Franklin County, moving into Lawrence County down in North Alabama. But again, just some pockets of some showers moving through. Otherwise, that reduced visibility going to be that main factor for this morning. But grab the rain gear because again, showers are in the area and that dense fog advisory does last until 8 a.m. So give yourself a few extra minutes. It took me, or I should say I left about 5 minutes early to come into work this morning. So I would give yourself between 5 to 10 extra minutes depending on how long your commute is, because that fog is pretty thick out there. Let's go ahead and check out just how thick that fog is. We're seeing reduced visibility, 0 miles in several locations all across the Tennessee Valley, especially in the parts of southern middle Tennessee. 0 miles of visibility into much of Lawrence County as well as Giles County, even into Lincoln County. Decatur looking at just about 1 mile of visibility. Everybody else, again, still looking at very much so reduced visibility. So again, you're going to need some extra time to get to your destination this morning, especially through 8 a.m. until that dense fog advisory has been lifted. You see really not much. You cannot see much here on our Arctic Air Skycam in Lawrenceburg. A light wind out of the south, but again, very reduced visibility all throughout the Tennessee Valley, but here is the proof on our Arctic Air Skycam network. You cannot see anything but those very close lights. Not looking like too much fog, at least on the downtown square in Columbia, but I suspect parts of rural Murray County are dealing with some pretty thick fog this morning. So I would say the more out in the sticks you live, the longer it may take you to reach your destination this morning. Hopping on over to another location on our Arctic Air Skycam network in Ardmore. Again, still not seeing much. Very reduced visibility all across the region. Temperatures are still on the mild side in the lower 60s, but again, we're dealing with that reduced visibility down into North Alabama as well. So again, no matter where you are this morning, give yourself a few extra minutes. Make sure you are not using your brights and using your low beams. That will help you see a whole lot better. And again, just give yourself some extra time and grab the rain gear as you head out the door as well, because if there are not showers in your area this morning, we will continue to see a shower and storm chance for the rest of today, continuing into tonight. More on that here in just a moment. But again, continuing with current conditions, temperatures are in the 60s this morning. So we are still on the warm side. We are going to see temperatures a little bit cooler for tomorrow morning. But for this morning, again, temperatures not feeling too bad out there, low to mid 60s. Across the board. So another mild start to the day here in the Tennessee Valley, another day where we expect to see 70s by the afternoon, and then we do have a little bit of a cool down heading into the weekend after this cold front moves through today, but it is not going to move through in a dry way. We are still going to see rain and storms throughout the rest of today as well as into the overnight here. You'll see that on Futurecast, but just a few showers moving through this morning, again, spotty in nature, enough though to have you grab the rain gear before you head out. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to overcast. Heading into the later morning hours by about 10 a.m. Again, still some showers around, and then we see a few breaks in the clouds by the afternoon with a few scattered showers and storms, but It's not going to rain the whole day. It's not going to rain the whole afternoon. However, the chance for showers and storms to be moving through the Tennessee Valley does continue throughout the entire afternoon. And into the evening, we will see a little bit of a break before we do see another round of showers and storms. So around dinner time and a few hours after, we should be relatively dry showers and storms, though still in the area. Any terms of, again, moisture should be taking a little bit of a backseat closer to dinner time, but then we will see another round, so don't let that fool you. Overnight, mainly after about 12 a.m., we'll continue to see showers and storms a little bit more widespread in nature. Maybe a stronger storm here, but I really am not convinced. We just do not have sufficient ingredients to get any sort of organized severe weather threat. But of course, we will continue to watch that and keep you updated. But just know that overnight, we are going to be dealing with showers and storms a little bit more widespread in nature. So there may be thunder and lightning overnight. Shouldn't be a problem. But of course, we will be here watching those storms on radar. And if any storm turns severe, of course, we will be live with nonstop coverage until the danger is over. But we will continue to see those storms move through into the very early morning hours of your Saturday, clearing from northwest to southeast. So a little bit later on into the overnight period for parts of North Alabama and anyone east of Interstate 65. Again, some pockets of heavy rainfall at times, maybe some brief gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour with these storms as they move through. But check it out, by 7 a.m. we should be nice, dry, and much more pleasant in terms of our current conditions. Temperatures still in the 60s, clouds still around, maybe a few lingering showers as well throughout the morning on Saturday. Otherwise, we will start to clear things out thanks to that cold front moving through. So like I said, we can't completely and totally ignore the potential for maybe a stronger storm or two, especially during that overnight time period. It's something, again, we just can't completely not tell you about. The Storm Prediction Center has us in a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms. I'm really not thinking that is going to come to fruition, but of course, we just want to cover all of our bases and let you know that even though we may not see an organized severe weather potential, we do see the potential that isn't completely zero for maybe some brief gusty winds and maybe, just maybe, a very small, brief, isolated tornado. Again, not looking likely by any means, just something that the chance is not completely zero. I do just want to make that clear. Of course, like I just said, we will be staffed here in the Weather Center just in case. But again, I'm really not thinking this comes to fruition. The ingredients that we look at in terms of instability at the surface, wind shear, we're just not seeing all of those ingredients become sufficient and just be present. So just so you know, again, it may get loud overnight. We do expect some thunder and lightning. However, in terms of any severe weather threat, it is on the low end for tonight. I just want to ease some anxiety and ease some worry. But again, we will be watching radar for you. And if a storm should turn severe, of course, we will be live with nonstop coverage until the danger is over. The good news is for the rest of the weekend, it's looking pretty pleasant, albeit just a little bit cooler, but hey, not a dramatic temperature fall off. Temperatures will be in the 60s during Saturday afternoon as well as Sunday. Maybe again, a stray shower lingering throughout the day on Saturday. Otherwise, should be mostly dry for the rest of the day, mostly sunny for Sunday as high pressure is nearby and we are going to be dry on Sunday. Monday is looking mostly dry. Cloud cover will increase though ahead of our next rain chance. That is Monday night into a Tuesday, scattered to widespread rain expected once again. So we are just going to be taking our sweet time in between weather systems. And again, and by that, I mean just a few days. We're going to be, again, mostly dry Saturday, dry on Sunday, dry for the first half at least of Monday as cloud cover increases ahead of our next rain chance. But hey, at least we're getting that rain chance out of the way early in the week, because check it out, by Wednesday and Thursday, things really start to calm down heading into the Thanksgiving holiday. More on that here on the 7-day forecast in just a moment. But again, for the next few hours, we will be dealing with fog and reduced visibility. So remember to give yourself some extra time, use the low beams to make it to your destination safely. Showers will be in the area as well, so just making for a gloomy and dreary morning. So before you head out, again, give yourself a few extra minutes and just go ahead and grab the rain gear with scattered showers this morning, turning to some thunder showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon, continuing into the overnight time period. You see that here on our hourly chart, temperatures eventually reaching the lower 70s by this afternoon. I think we see a few breaks in the clouds during the afternoon. Otherwise, again, scattered thunderstorms will be in the area, and then we do have scattered to maybe even more widespread coverage of those thunderstorms into the overnight time period for tonight. Again, maybe a stronger storm with some gusty winds, 30 to 40 miles an hour, and that is pretty much all that we are expecting for the overnight time period. And then for the rest of the weekend, again, maybe some morning cloud cover on Saturday, maybe a few lingering morning showers. Otherwise, we start to dry out for the rest of your Saturday. So if you have any outdoor plans Saturday, it should be okay as long as it's not early in the morning with a few rain showers still in the area. But much of Saturday is looking relatively dry again after that 7 a.m. hour. And then Sunday is looking completely dry, mostly sunny to partly cloudy temperatures. Again, a little bit cooler for the weekend, but really not much. We're just going to be reaching the mid to upper 60s during the afternoons. Low temperatures will be a little bit cooler than what we've experienced the last few mornings, back into the mid 40s and lower 40s for Saturday night and Sunday night. But then heading into Monday, we warm right back up into the lower 70s with overnight thunderstorms scattered to widespread in nature continuing into Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday, maybe a few lingering morning showers. And then for Turkey Day on Thursday, Thanksgiving looking mostly sunny, but check out those temperatures. Whew. We go from the 50s on Wednesday, which is pretty cold, down into the mid to upper 40s by Thanksgiving Day. So it will be chilly, but hey, we do not have a rain chance on the board at this time. So that is some fantastic news heading into the holiday. Again, very, very, very low chance of any severe storms for the overnight tonight and next week. Also not looking like a severe weather threat at this time. But of course, we will keep you updated, and I will have your next weather update at 8 a.m. But let's go ahead and talk about events happening across the Tennessee Valley this weekend. On Saturday, Fourth Saturday Breakfast is happening at the West End Community Club in Lawrenceburg. Now, you're probably thinking, this is not the fourth Saturday of the month, but hey, we have a busy month for the rest of the month. We have Thanksgiving next week, so they are doing that tomorrow on Saturday. That is from 6:30 a.m. until 9 a.m. The Circle of Hope Annual Bazaar happening in Florence at St. James Methodist Church. That is from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. There will be local vendors and food out there. A holiday bake sale happening in Decatur at St. John's Episcopal Church. That is from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. There will be food and baked goods out there as well. A very Merry Christmas happening at the factory in Columbia from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Admission for this event is $10. There will be local vendors and Santa Claus will be there for photo ops with the kiddos. Pet pictures with Santa. He is a busy man this weekend over into Pulaski at American Legion Post 60 from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. And we do ask to please leash your pets for that event. There will be a diaper giveaway in Florence at Magnolia Church from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. Please bring a birth certificate or your Medicaid card to that giveaway. Anime Day 2025 happening in Huntsville at the Embassy Suites from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Admission for this event is $5, and there will be a grand marketplace as well as giveaways and all kinds of fun out there. Annual turkey shoot happening in Elkmont at the West Limestone Volunteer Fire Department. This event, of course, to benefit your local fire department. That starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Moving now to Sunday, there will be Thanksgiving blessing boxes in Savannah at Turkey Creek Baptist Church. That starts at 10:30 a.m. There will be a Thanksgiving meal for the entire community. Come one, come all to the New Zion Baptist Church in Pulaski, Tennessee. That starts at 11:15 a.m. and there will be a Friendsgiving at Post 60. That is American Legion Post 60 in Pulaski, Tennessee from 12:30 p.m. until 5:30 p.m. There will be food to start and all kinds of fun and bingo to follow. So be sure to head out to that event on Sunday. If you have any events going on in your community, be sure to give me an email and I will get that on the community calendar. That email is right there on your screen, kelly@tnvalleyweather.com. So again, kind of a recap of the forecast. It is foggy right now, reduced visibility, dense fog advisory through 8 a.m. Showers around this morning, so grab the rain gear as you head out and give yourself about 5 to 10 extra minutes to make it to your destination if you are traveling before the 8 o'clock hour. Showers and storms for the afternoon, scattered in nature, not looking at any sort of strong storm potential for the afternoon. In fact, very, very minimal strong storm potential during the overnight hours. But of course, we will be here watching radar and we will communicate any potential threats, of course, and we will be live with coverage as needed. I'm not thinking it will be needed, but of course, we got you covered, and we will get you through any thunderstorm threat, even if it is general, typical run-of-the-mill thunderstorms, which is what we are expecting for the overnight time period. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday and a wonderful weekend.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.